Hey, it's Alex with alextucker.ca, and in this video, I'm going to talk about how to get clients on social media. Specifically, I'm going to talk about how to get clients on Twitter. Now, the strategy that I'm going to show you, I think it would probably work on Instagram as well, and I'm experimenting with it on Instagram. I'm going to make a separate video about that. But I'm in a growth phase in my business right now, so I'm looking for new clients. Which I actually haven't done in a while because for quite some time I've been content to work with the clients that I was with, but now I'm starting to outsource elements of my business, as you would know, as if you've been following my channel, and I'm looking to grow and get new clients. So I started doing some manual outreach, and I started out, basically I do inbound marketing on my blog. I do inbound marketing on Facebook, which is basically just content creation. I create helpful content and I answer people's questions, and sometimes they reach out to me for help, and sometimes people who reach out to me for help become clients. And that's one way that I get clients. That's how I actually get most of my clients. But in order to kind of scale and try and manually get clients right now, I decided to do some cold outreach. And I started out on LinkedIn. And the thing is that basically everyone does cold outreach on LinkedIn because it's like the professional business network. And so I think I did like maybe 20 connect requests with messages on LinkedIn. And I got like 3 people connected with me, and only one of them actually talked to me. So I wouldn't call that very successful. It was a lot of work. I put a lot of time into it, and didn't get a lot of results. So then I started thinking about different ways that I could, do this a little bit differently and follow basically the same sort of tactics, but do it in a way that no one else is doing it as much, so that I'll be finding people who are not getting bombarded as much, and I'll be approaching them in a different way, so that they see that I'm, unique and desirable to work with. So in a nutshell, the way this works is I go on Twitter and I do either just a topic search or a hashtag search. And I'll show you how to do it in just a minute on my computer, but I'm just going to walk you through it a little bit first. So I do either just a general search or a hashtag search on Twitter. And the thing is, you find people who are successful on Twitter and who probably don't need help as much with their marketing. But you also find a lot of people who are sharing their content and, kind of hoping that they get a response or something. And they don't necessarily have the best marketing. So once you find them, it's just a matter of analyzing their online presence and finding out what you can do to help them, and then communicating with them and letting them know that that's a good opportunity. So the way that I've been doing it is I find them on Twitter, and I've been finding people based on a specific niche that I want to work with, which is what I would recommend if you're going to use Twitter. Because if you know the specific niche that you want to work with, it's easy to figure out what kind of hashtags and what kind of topics they'll be tweeting about. So that's how I have been approaching that. So I do a search and I look through until I find people who aren't getting a ton of reactions on their tweets and who don't have a ton of followers. Then I go to their Twitter profile. And at this point, it depends on what services you provide, how you would approach. I'm an SEO specialist, and I'm looking specifically for search engine optimization clients. So the way that I do it is I find them based on their niche on Twitter. Then I go to their website from their Twitter profile, and I spend 20 to 30 minutes just assessing and analyzing their website. And from that, I basically can understand what some of their pain points and some of their goals might be, or at least things that they might like to achieve, even if it's not a goal in their mind. And from there, I can create a customized email to reach out to them with. And it's always best to do a second point of contact when necessary. So a second point of contact usually would be like if you're doing LinkedIn outreach, you send them a connect request with a message, and you also email them or something, that would be like 2 points of contact. And so from the second point of contact, all that I was actually doing is retweeting and following them. And I figured that that would be, at least in some cases, enough to kind of get on their radar, even if it's mostly subconscious. But then when they see that email in the inbox, or when they see me following after seeing the email, they might make the connection either on a conscious or subconscious level, that I'm, someone that's in their world. What I did is I found, I only looked at 5 or 6 Twitter profiles. It didn't take very long. I selected 4 of those people. I emailed 3 of them, and 2 of them responded positively. So I haven't closed any deals yet, but basically I got a 2 out of 3 success rate, which is pretty much unheard of in cold outreach, using this strategy. And I'm going to keep on experimenting with this and refining it to see where I can take it from here. And like I said, I'm also going to do a video soon on how I'm kind of working on something similar on Instagram. But anyways, that is the strategy in a nutshell. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know if you think this will work for you. And let me know what kind of niche you're going to be searching for on Twitter. So now let's take a look at my computer screen, and I'm going to walk you through the exact process. We're going to take a look at some examples, and that'll be it. All right, let's go. All right, so here we are on Twitter, and I'm probably going to blur out the middle of the screen, even though it's a public social media platform. I don't want to be showing people's private information, but everything over here on the right is like super public. It's what's being promoted. And here is Twitter search. And let's say we are looking to work with personal trainers. All right. Now, personal trainers, I think, are going to be a good example because they make pretty good money, but obviously not all of them are going to be making pretty good money. So they have potential to grow in their business, and if they're not already doing well enough, then you can help them turn that around and get more business, and they're going to be able to charge more, and it's going to be good for both of you. So first, let's just do a general topic search. I'm just going to click here and go personal training. And this is the Twitter search. And as you can see at the top, we have top, which is kind of top trending posts on this topic. We have latest, we have people, photos, and videos. So I basically almost always use latest, and sometimes I use people. And over here on the right, sometimes this near you feature can be really handy. We're going to check out whether it's going to work for me this time or not. And now specifically what I'm going to look for is I'm going to look for a personal trainer that's tweeting a link to their website. And again, I'm going to look for people who aren't getting a lot of engagement and preferably who don't have a ton of followers. Although followers can be fairly irrelevant on Twitter. I've seen people who have like 30,000 followers and get 0 engagement. So I'm going to look at this one right here. And this Twitter account actually has 0 followers. And they're tweeting a link to a website. So I'm just going to open that one in a new tab by middle mouse button clicking on it. I'm going to scroll down. All right, I found another one that looks like a potential. So I'm going to open that in a new tab. I'm just going to get maybe 3. So I'll look for one more. Oh yeah, let's try this. We'll go near me. And this has filtered it down to there's actually only 1. They're not linking to a website in their post. But I'll open that one anyways. I'm just going to get one more. So we'll go back to anywhere. We'll switch to the people tab really quick. And yeah, this is a little bit less helpful because it tends to show people that have lots of followers. And also because you can't tell if they have a website or not from this. I'll open this one and I'm going to look for one more. And I need to find somebody who has a website. I'm probably going to have to blur this all out because the thing is it's Twitter and there might be like content that YouTube would consider sexually gratifying that I don't want to show. Let's see. All right, I'll open this one just in case. Hopefully we'll get a good result out of one of these. All right, so this one is actually a very poorly optimized. It's not really optimized at all. The Twitter profile, they don't even have a link to their website in their profile, but they are tweeting links to their website and links to their Instagram and links to their YouTube. So they're tweeting links, but they're not, but they haven't optimized their profile yet. That's kind of weird. I'm just going to open the website, and I will show the website, I'm sure, because that's a website. So this is a decent website. You know, it's not really anything wrong with it. So one of the first things I'm going to do is scroll down and check the footer to see if there's anyone. So there's actually there's no credit to a marketer or a web design company in the footer, which is a good sign. And it also says powered by GoDaddy, which means it's the GoDaddy website builder, and that is a tool that most people tend to set up themselves, or if at the very least, if they're using the GoDaddy website builder, then they're probably not doing a whole lot of search engine optimization. I'm not going to show my process for assessing and analyzing a website because that's an entirely different video, which maybe I'll do at some point. But basically at this point, I would just go to the contact us page and get their email address, and I would contact them after I do an analysis. All right, so that was how you find clients on Twitter, how to get new clients on Twitter. That's basically the finding process. Once you've found someone and you've, again, it depends on what you're doing. If you're a search engine optimizer like me, you would look at their website and figure out whether or not they're a good potential client and what you can offer them. If you're a social media marketer, you could go to their website, open up all their socials, and see what you can potentially optimize or offer them in that respect. Whatever it is that you do, if you're an email marketer, you could sign up for their email list, read some of the emails that they send out, and then contact them after that, letting them know how you think they could improve, all that kind of stuff. Now, I'll probably do a separate video on cold outreach because that is its own topic. But just to briefly bring up one very important point, you really do need to customize your cold outreach, okay? Now, I have a semi-popular blog and a growing YouTube channel. I don't have a huge online presence, but it is, decent. And I get cold outreach pretty much every week from people who are looking for work, or from people who want my advice, or from people who are trying to sell me something, or whatever the case may be. People who want to guest post on my blog a lot of the time, or who want backlinks. There's a lot of different reasons that people reach out to business owners and bloggers, and I'm a business owner and a blogger. And so I get a lot of cold outreach, and it's mostly really bad. And as a result of that, I don't respond to most of it, because the thing is, I get a lot of it, and you just don't have time to respond to all of it. So if it's obvious that someone didn't put in any effort, why would you, right? It's almost kind of rude to email someone without even taking the time to figure out who they are, what they do, or what you can potentially do for them. So spend 20 or 30 minutes analyzing their online presence, figuring out what you can offer, and then create a custom email that's going to get their attention and hold their attention and communicate what you can do for them and why they should want to work with you. And then, of course, it's also important to do a second point of contact, even if it's just as simple as following their social media and giving them a share or a retweet or something. Do something to get on their radar besides just sending the email. And then if you don't hear back from the email in a couple of days or a certain amount of time, it could even be, just like 12 hours. If you don't hear back within 12 to 24 hours, then you could maybe shoot them a message on a social media platform, just asking if they got the email, because sometimes it does go to spam, and that's a very real part of doing cold outreach. All right, so that was how to get clients on social media, specifically how to get clients on Twitter. Leave me a comment. Let me know what kind of niche you're looking for clients in. And I hope that was really helpful for you and that you're able to find the clients that you want to work with. All right, take care, and I'll catch you in the next video.